Underdog Daily, BadgeBros, Jon Nez here, hanging out on the platform of the people, the Black and Yellow Dog app, doing some drafting. Loaded day today, so I gotta ask my guy here, Nez. Nez, do you want it? Do you want the good news or the bad news first?
I was not prepared for this. Bad news. Bring it.
The bad news is we lost one of the most enjoyable basketball players to watch in the NBA today for the season. That is, in fact, the bad news.
That sucked. I hated to hear that.
No, me too. It's awful. It sucks, man. He's just emerging. He was probably going to be defensive player of the year, that sort of thing. Just sucks for the game. Hate that. But
yeah, felt bad for
news.
him. Hope he's okay. I'm excited to hear the good news. I just want to say the first thing I thought of was, damn, that's scary. That sucks. Mm-hmm. And the second thing I thought of was, man, I hope your buddy's doing okay.
Yeah, man. The Spurs futures aren't looking so great anymore now, but
I have something for him, John. If you want to send me his address, I can send him a little something for my condolences. Just to let him know that I just feel so bad. I'd like to give him a crisp plastic 5.
That's classic that you got that. That is good, dude. Oh man. Yeah. I got good news though, Nez. I got good news. You ready for it?
Okay. I am.
We got a huge puck game tonight in the 4Nations game. All right. We have a sweat-free bet to go alongside that one. We got the return of NBA with a 9-game slate with $15K up top, $125K prize pool there. And we got the start of spring training in less than an hour here with Cubs and Dodgers. How's that sound?
That's all really good news. That's all great news. In fact,
great, dude. And
tonight's game, I am actually very excited for
the puck game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever you call it. Is it a game? Is it a match? Is it a face-off? What are we calling it? What are we calling it?
It's a game. It's
right?
a game. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I mean, just we haven't had international play like that in years. There was a really cool quote that was circulating earlier that Underdog shared from Jack Eichel, who's a guy who's played in a national championship. He's played in the Stanley Cup Finals and won the Stanley Cup Finals. And he was like, this might be the biggest game of my life. And that's like pretty crazy to say because they just like invented this tournament like this year. It's so sick. Just the rivalry means so much to this generation, dude.
I mean, this is a very cool thing, man. The biggest game of your life. These hockey guys, man, need to get their priorities in order, man. This is the biggest game of your life. This thing is this is the first time we're doing this. The biggest game of your life. Hockey dudes are just built so incredibly different.
It's just different, man.
It just cracks me up, man.
Different, man. There is one more good news additive here as I get my overlays straight here. Our friends over at Unabated got a special price point. Rest of season here. If you guys want to be taking part on the Unabated platform in the way in which we do, they still have the DFS only package for NBA, which will give you just the access to the projections, but they're running this all the way through the playoffs. And we are going to have playoff hoop slates going the whole time. So, I mean, this is basically the half season price here. And then you're kind of low key getting the playoffs for free with it. And the playoffs is like another month worth of slates to add to it. And the live streams that are noted here, Nez, they go live basically right after we do. So it's a perfectly, 2 hours of us. And then you get an hour of Unabated like right after. It's a perfect kind of like a hybrid setup for people who are sitting at their computer drafting hoops all day.
Yeah, perfect time. If you feel like we don't ask you guys for much, or we're not begging you to sign up for this. But if you do want to find a way to support us further, this is one great way to do it. It gets you good info for the NBA slates, helps support us as well by using promo code BADGE. So just throwing that out there, of course. But we are obviously in the Unabated streets every day doing our Underdog stuff. So this is this is worth it. So excited that they're running this, and yeah, good deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting point for us almost every single day here with the hoop stuff. Okay, Nez, let's move into the slate itself. Let's kind of break it all down here. We got a 9-gamer. We got one game from yesterday, which was a makeup for the fire cancellation there between the Hornets and Lakers, and the Hornets brought their best into the City of Angels there last night and got it done. So interesting, just macro thoughts. We don't have an injury report from either of them. They're the only team on the back to back. They're kind of like the only big question mark outside of the Q tags for the Bucks here. What are your thoughts on the LA and Charlotte pieces as you've been drafting last night and this morning?
I am thinking the Lakers play mostly, not mostly, but partly because they lost, partly because we got a comment about Luka saying that he won't be on a minutes restriction moving forward. So, okay, if he's not on a minutes restriction, why can't he play on a back-to-back is sort of my 1-2 thought process there. We are probably going to get a Q tag on LeBron, so I'm not getting too aggressive on him currently. I'm about halfway done drafting the main slate, so we will probably get a decent discount on LeBron, assuming he gets a Q tag and not just a off the injury report update.
Okay.
The Hornets. Sorry, go ahead.
Let me just ask you the Lakers question here first. Where have you been comfortable taking LeBron and Luka as of right now?
Luka basically at ADP.
Okay.
LeBron basically at ADP, but I have Harden behind him and somebody else ahead of him.
Okay, cool. Alan saying that the Lakers do need a win. Yeah, I mean the Lakers are not out of the thick of that play-in stuff there, but the Blazers do not suck.
Come on,
The
dude.
Blazers
You're a Portland guy. You're a Portland guy, Alan. What are you talking about?
the Blazers are not bad. Did you watch it all last night there, Nez? Like a lot of talk about Luka looking awful and this sort of thing. I mean, he's just been working his way back from an injury that's kept him out since Christmas. Like the ankle kept him out, and I'm hard pressed to say Luka looks awful right now. I think Luka just hasn't played full yet.
I did not watch that game. I think the Hornets are one of the least appealing teams in the NBA to watch play basketball. So I just like didn't bring myself to it. Didn't watch it. So I'm gonna trust the box score. I mean, Luka barely looks good whenever he's playing well. So
that's true.
I'm sure he looked like ass.
I'm just surprised you said that about the Hornets because the Hornets are low key my guilty pleasure to watch. I like when I turn on NBA TV right at first tip and stuff like that. I love their broadcast. I love their announce team. And I love just watching Melo wave the white flag on defense and do crazy shit.
Yeah, no, I find them. I can understand those points. I don't like watching them.
So I got to ask you on the Luka side, there with the Lakers stuff, you clearly think that we're going to get at least one of them this evening, might get two in a Q tag, that sort of situation. Does that mean you were off, like trying to push up the Reeves stuff at the back end? Because the Reeves splits since Luka's been there have been egregious. Like he has like a 10% usage and stuff like this. Like Luka's kind of usurped a lot of his handling value there. So I think it was a really interesting like dichotomy at the back end of drafts if we should be getting ahead on the Reeves stuff.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of Reeves right now. So definitely
checks out.
Playing those hand in hand.
Okay. Yeah, that checks out. Now the inverse question. Give me your rundown of what's going on with Hornets and what you've been treating the Hornets situation like.
Yeah, I think LaMelo is like a lock to sit. Feel pretty damn confident that LaMelo's not playing. He's
Okay.
been dealing with this ankle injury, and I don't even think that we have any pick'ems up for LaMelo right now. And Miles Bridges is being projected pretty favorably, as though LaMelo is not playing. So I have like no LaMelo, and Miles
Okay.
Bridges in the 6th round does feel pretty good.
Yeah, my first 20, I ran Mello at like 18 or something like that. I think I got him once or twice on the right hand side of the board, and I was running Miles Bridges at 28 or 27 something. So I got a fair share of Miles Bridges, who actually played very well last night in my estimation there. Um, yeah, thoughts on Mark Williams? Really weird Shams report that came out this afternoon that he
Yeah.
probably shouldn't have failed the physical, and now he's back with the Hornets and whatever. There, yeah. Any thoughts on just any auxiliary Hornets pieces? Any love for like Nurk in the last round, going back into Denver at altitude, banging bodies with. There was a time a long time ago where people wanted the team to keep Nurk instead of Joker there. So maybe a little revenge still in his heart this evening.
Yeah, I'm not taking any Nurk.
Okay.
It's just Miles Bridges if I'm taking anybody on Charlotte.
Okay. And do you think Mark Dub plays this evening or no?
Uh, no, but I'm not taking him even if he does play.
Sure. Okay. That's a good way of framing it. I mean, he played 28 or 29 last night. Didn't play particularly well, but yeah, he played a little bit more than I was initially anticipating, to be honest. Just knowing that they had three centers and that sort of thing. Here's McCaffrey dropping in, giving us a little donation here of one entry for us into the hoops there, and offering us congratulations. Yeah, there was a lot of really nice words that came out, both Twitter, Discord, all that sort of stuff yesterday after our announcement. So just very appreciative of that, and very appreciative of you saying it again there, our friend.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the super chat. Do not have to do that, but it's very much appreciated. And shout out Juice McCaffrey doing his hard work as well to keep the games relevant and and provide edges for those who follow him. So shout out Juice McCaffrey.
Absolutely. All right, Nez, anything else you want to say? I guess we should hit the Milwaukee Q tags and the Bobby Portis situation, and then we'll kind of dive into the game by game there. Do you have any reads? The Giannis timeline initially was going to be post All-Star break, and then, well, originally it was maybe they could sneak one before the All-Star break. Then they kind of basically said he won't play until after the All-Star break. Didn't play in the All-Star game. Dame played in the All-Star game. Giannis practiced in 2 days ago, something like that. He practiced most recently there. So
Yesterday,
something
I think.
Yesterday. Thank you. So maybe a little bullish there, but yeah, just macro thoughts on this whole scenario.
Yeah, I've got both these guys playing. They are, I think, -1 dogs or -1 favorites. Either way, it's like a pick 'em in this game. And I think to me, that's full health Bucks is what that says to me. So both these guys look good in this spot here. And I'm taking a lot of both of these guys. So I'm certainly hoping they play. But just said a lot of nice things about Juice McCaffrey. He unfortunately put his patented curse on Giannis last night. I don't know if you saw this.
I did not. What was the curse?
So JMC 150'd last night and has 40% Giannis. And I know this because he tweeted it. So
all right.
We all
there.
I mean, he's just the king of mushing good plays by his way too early tweets. So thank you, JMC.
That's funny. So where did you have Giannis ranked in your initial runs and stuff here? Because if you assume he's playing, I mean, Clippers aren't the greatest spot in the world, and we'll have the debate, him versus like Karl Anthony Towns in a quote unquote smash spot. Like, what have you been kind of ranking this upper echelon? Because it's way different than normal days. Like normal slates, usually, I mean, we still got that flat 1.0 for Joker there, but there's a way more fluid front end of draft boards than we've been accustomed to in recent memory.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's just like a product of coming off the injury or the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
I have Giannis 3 behind Towns just because
Okay.
Towns looks awesome today and does not have Q tag risk. And if you have Giannis 3, you're going to end up with like 25%. So that feels fucking awesome to me. I'll take that. And along with a diverse portfolio there with, 17, 18% cat, whatever you end up with by doing that. So that's where I'm at on the top 3.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I respect that a lot there. Who's kind of been like your sacrificial lamb at the front end here? If you're leaving Luke at ADP, if you're leaving Braun at ADP, who has been the guy that you've pushed down? Like, have you pushed down Tatum below it? Have you pushed down, Embiid below anything?
I have Tatum 4,
Okay.
Embiid basically where he is, and then I have done Embiid. I've done so the guy that I'm pushing up big time is Jalen Brunson. So I have had
Okay.
Brunson
Yeah.
ahead of Luka for some drafts. I've had him ahead of Embiid for some drafts. I have a ton of Brunson. He is firmly ahead of James Harden for me. So I have very little James Harden because I have so much Jalen Brunson today.
Okay, so it's coming at the expense of KD and Harden, basically. You're getting ahead on Brunson.
I'm still finding myself to getting a decent amount of KD even with
Okay.
that. I think other people are doing it too, but definitely Harden because I think I have KD over Harden as well.
Okay. KD, I watched the first episode. I finished the first episode.
I know I haven't watched that yet, and I can't
the
wait.
gold one. KD is putting on like he's putting on his number one, trying to get screenshot grabs like Jordan style thing. Like you could tell when he's in the interview, he's like, "Who on Friends said that? Who was talking about that?" Like this kind of thing. He's putting on in a big way. It's good.
So
It's
John,
good viewing.
John.
Yeah.
So when Jack Eichel tells you this is the biggest game of my life and I've won a Stanley Cup, you eat that up. Yes, I believe you, Jack Eichel. Yes, Jack Eichel. Yes, the 4Nations Cup is real. But when KD tells you that the Olympics mean something to him and he wants to punch a French player in the mouth, he's putting on for Netflix? Come on, John. What is it?
No.
What is it?
I love that. I love
Okay.
that he cares a lot about playing for his country. I love that avenue of it. I love the way he's doing it. It's just you can tell in the interviews he's looking for that quote. Like Eichel was just like saying, how he felt about the game. Like he wasn't like staring into the camera saying like this. You could tell he's like looking for that cinematic moment where he's like, people are gonna screen grab this one. They're gonna like this one. That's how it comes across. It's just my interpretation of it. I love it either way.
Okay.
Yeah, it is cinema. It is cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen the clip of Ant talking to Obama, which was hilarious.
I saw that clip as well.
Just like Obama is just like some dude at the barber shop, which like, you know what? Salute, because not to get political, but salute Anthony Edwards. Don't need to treat him like anybody. So I'm excited to watch that scene.
Okay, let's do it. To be fair, in KD's defense, a lot of guys are doing it. Like a lot of people are doing it. Like Dylan Brooks, when they were talking to the Canadian team, like he was doing it in a big way. Like Dylan Brooks was trying to be like I'm a dog kind of guy, right? So, okay, let's move back to the beautiful interface that is Unabated. There, I'm kind of keeping my ear to the street here, Nez. For 8 minutes from now, we may end up with one of those Hornets and Lakers injury reports or Lakers injury reports, but they still would have another hour for the Lakers to submit. So I think we anticipate the Hornets in 8 minutes here. So we'll pay attention to that. But yeah, we start out with a banger here, dude. Fastest game on the slate, highest total on the slate, and a tight spread. Should be all the fantasy goodness in the world that we're looking for, except for the fact that both these teams sometimes run 11 and they have everybody, 11, 12 deep, and they have everybody this evening. But we got Grizz at Pacers, 251. Grizz are road favorites, 2.5 here. You get Siakam Siakam and Halliburton going every single draft. I've seen Miles Turner go once or twice. And then on the other side, you get three Grizz, the big three going every single time in Ja, JJJ, and Bane. Talk me through the ADPs and the targets, and if this is a game you're trying to slam.
I mean, I feel like we've been doing this a lot, but let me just like talk myself through this again. Like I let me just start off with the caveat. Like I understand the Grizzlies are 10 deep. I get it. The Grizzlies are 10 deep. They run deep. But where my contention is and where I'm like caught up is their pick'ems are the same as though they're in a 230 game. When they play 230 totals, you're looking at 30 PRA for JJJ, 33 for John Morant, 30 for Bane. Like these are their normal pick'ems. And now the projections are the same and they're in a 250 total, 250 total. And the projections are like, yeah, actually like this is no different than like any other game the Grizzlies play. And
Right.
the last time that this happened, I had to, I submitted to the projection overlords and I said, okay, you know what? You're right. JJJ is overvalued in ADP because of what you're telling me. And it did pay off. And it felt icky. It felt icky because I was, you know what, I like JJJ, but this is a great spot. It's a great spot, but they're so deep, man. They're fully healthy that I think you do need to be careful with Jaren Jackson Jr. at his ADP. Just looks a little frothy compared to other guys that are going to get more minutes. I feel better about the Pacers, as in Hallie, Siakam, late round, Miles Turner. Feel better about those guys. I do like Ja, scared of JJJ, and I really like Bane. So
okay,
that's where I am.
And anyone else to get to from this game? Like Turner in the last round, anything like that? No.
Yeah. Turner in the last round.
Okay. So Turner in the last round.
Yeah.
Might
Hallie,
be fine.
Siakam, and Turner. Yeah.
Okay.
I like
right.
those guys. I think those guys are safer bets to play more minutes.
Okay. Where are you ranking JJJ versus Ja? Are you pushing Ja ahead of JJJ then, or are you pushing guys behind over them?
Yeah, I've got JJJ like 25, I think 24, 25.
Okay.
And then Ja like
so
20.
You're not going to end up with very much JJJ because I rarely see him fall back to the other side of the board.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen a ton.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have a lot of them.
Ecox are in here. One more for the 250 dunk on Underdog Fantasy right there.
Big money.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Celtics and the Sixers here. Let me update injury report here just to make sure nothing is crept up on. Yeah, there's nothing. It's all G League listings and that sort of thing for both Pacers and Grizz. So they're full. Both Celtics are full as well. Just G Leaguers listed out. And then the 76ers have Justin Edwards listed out, who had been starting in recent memory. They got Paul George available, and then they got the old guys in Eric Gordon and Kyle Lowry listed as out there. So we could see a little shift in what their starting lineup looks like, whether it's Grimes comes in or whether Yabu comes into that starting lineup. Just might open up a sixth round piece here, but outside of that, Nez, it just looks like Embiid and Maxey in the first two rounds there, and then Tatum, Zinger, and Brown go every single draft in that order.
Yeah, I'm only looking at Embiid and Maxey from the Sixers here. But
okay, cool.
Shout out Quentin Grimes though. Great trade by them. And I think the Sixers are a little sneaky for the dance. I'm just saying. I mean, maybe they're AC. They're probably gonna get the shit kicked out of them, but I think they are decent picks for the dance contest. But anyways, just Embiid and Maxey pretty much at ADP for both those guys, and I'm a little light on Maxey for sure. The Celtics side of this, I like Jaylen Brown quite a bit. He opened up at pick 35 because he had the Q tag, and then we got the active off the injury report news. Porzingis still looks better to me, but Tatum, Brown, and Zinger all look good. I just don't like to take more than one Celtic on a team, though. So if I have Tatum, I try to avoid those guys.
Okay. Sounds good to me. I'm basically in lockstep with you outside of the fact that I think Jaylen Brown looks a little bit better than Zinger today. So I was basically flipping their ADPs, and I was taking Jaylen Brown one spot behind my Miles Bridges stuff. So I was ending up with a lot of Bridges plus Brown for the last 2 rounds on my early runs there. Yeah, no love for Grimes, Yabu, anyone who draws into the starting lineup, just too deep a slate.
For sure. Too deep.
Okay, cool. Let's move on to this Cavs team. 13.5-point favorites on the road here against the Brooklyn Nets. When the Cavs have nearly everybody, they are so hard to parse through. This is the classic running joke around here that who the hell is going to play more than 30 minutes. But basically, out of the big 4, 3 get drafted almost every draft. Garland occasionally goes undrafted. We got Q tags on Isaac Okoro and Ty Jerome, but the good people at Unabated have informed me, Nez, that they participated in shoot around. Still without Dean Wade here. Kind of interested on what that starting lineup ends up looking like now that they if they go back to Garland, Mitchell, Allen, Mobley, Strus, and then Hunter as the 6th man off the bench, because Hunter had been starting a little bit there when Strus was missing time. So just thinking out loud there. And then nobody on the Nets is getting drafted, although the Nets are, they're not fully condensed, but they'll probably be like 10. They'll probably only run 9. So if this somehow found its way to a competitive environment, I don't know, maybe D'Lo or maybe Cam Johnson could matter, but D'Lo's minutes have been way down even after the Ben Simmons move, the buyout and whatnot. Like he's only playing like 28. So I don't know. Can you get to any net tonight? And who are your favorites on the Cavs side?
No, I don't think you can get to any net. If there's a net that you can get to, I would love to know who it is. But I have not gotten there. Cavs 13.5 here. So it's not like it's, 18.5 or anything, maybe this is a close enough game that we get to see, decent minutes for these Cavs. Mm-hmm. Still trying to, 1, solve world hunger, 2, figure out how to project the Cavs. Not one of those things is harder than the other. And I just have no idea how to get the Cavs right, but Mobley falls quite a bit, dude. So I'm taking the Mobley fall. Jared Allen though is available in the last round, and to me it's just like you can just kind of feel it when it's a Jared Allen slate. It's probably a Jared Allen slate.
Yeah. You could always suspect a Jared Allen slate because the Cavs will be 13, 14, 15-point favorites. He'll be going against his old team, little revenge narrative here.
Oh, yeah.
They're all sitting in the locker room. They're all like, man, we all went to the All-Star game. We're all tired. We've been traveling.
Yeah.
Like who's going to get his tonight? Jared, we got you. We got you tonight. Like that. Oh man.
Yeah, that would pain me. That would pain me. It's been a while since we had a Garland slate too, but yeah, like you said, maybe Jared Allen's, he's been itching to play basketball. He was missing out on the All-Star break, so
it's funny.
That's true.
There, he
always takes Jared Allen.
Yeah. I do like this point in the chat here from Best Ball Viper that loves the 10-person drafts being back. He's getting his reps up for the Dog Bowl, which the Dog Bowl final, of course, is going to be 10-person drafts. But the full court press is back in the lobbies today, 3K to first. So yeah, some of these deeper names that we're throwing out that we're saying maybe not draftable, the Quentin Grimes of the world, like that sort of thing, going to come into play in the 10-persons there, Nez. Can you rank?
Definitely.
Can you rank Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell for me in that like clump? I can bring up ADP if it's easier for you because I'm personally curious when you're kind of out on the JJJ stuff you were saying. What's the line in the sand for you? Like, are you Fox over Mobley?
Oh, like 1,000%. Yeah.
Okay. What about
Yeah.
Dame with
Yeah.
the Q tag? You think Dame's playing, so you got Dame over Mobley?
Yeah.
Paulo over the group too?
100%.
Yeah, I'm kind of in lockstep with you here. And then you have Jaw over
Book,
here.
Jaw,
Okay.
Siakam.
Oh, you got Siakam over too. Okay.
Yeah, I like
Interesting.
Siakam more than him, but like I don't always take Siakam over him, but like I would if you had to ask me, I'd probably say Siakam in this spot. But I take Mobley when he falls though. I don't let Mobley fall past Siakam. It's just a sentiment thing. But
Okay.
yeah.
How's that look to you? Fox, Paulo, Jaw, Mobley, Booker, Siakam, Mitchell.
I'd probably take Booker over Mobley.
Okay. So Booker over Mobley for you too. Yeah, no concern
Yeah.
about all. Well, we'll talk about Phoenix in a half second here. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's a good exercise for the people, and I won't fight you on that one. I'm really struggling with what to do with the Cavs today. The problem is it's also a tempo spot
Evergreen
too, right? Yeah, Evergreen is right. Yeah.
Is the
Problem is
tempo?
it's
I
also
thought the Nets.
well, Nets play so slow, but it's pace up for the
Right.
Nets, right? Yeah.
Well, right, yeah, but we don't give a shit about the Nets.
Well, I was just kind of pivoting into if there was anyone draftable, but I guess probably not. Full court press only, and even then, it's probably capped at Claxton, Russell, and Cam Johnson or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Nez, second highest total on the slate here. This 243.5. Knicks are 12.5-point favorites without Josh Hart at home against the Bulls. Pace up spot here. Injury report kind of matters. This is kind of like the first game where it kind of starts to matter for teams here. Patrick Williams is out. He looks like he's going to miss 2 weeks of basketball action there. So assume Io DeSumo will play a decent role. OG Anunoby was practicing prior to the break and is still listed with that Q tag. I think he's trending in the right direction. Be interested to hear your thoughts on there. Mitchell Robinson is working his way back. Going to be a big boost if you guys are doing some of those dance teams there, attacking on a Mitchell Robinson. You could do worse. Throw that out there. And then Josh Hart has the out tag, despite all those probables leading up to the All-Star break. Guy took a little time off and now is recovering there. So, yeah, what do you think with this one outside of the fact that you're pushing up Brunson and Cat is the 102 for you today? Vooch is basically the only Bull getting drafted and only at some frequency at the back end and often falls to the 6th round. What else are you doing in this ball game, and what do you think about the price tags on those three?
Yeah, those are all good prices. I mean, I think like I said earlier, I'm pushing up Brunson quite a bit because I want a lot of Brunson.
Okay.
I think Vooch probably undervalued by the field right now. Not a lot of offensive options for Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Usually Vooch is overvalued. Like he's the pendulum has swung pretty heavily in the opposite direction. So Vooch against Cat, I'll take Vooch here. I think he falls a little too far in these drafts. That's it for me. I do think OG plays, but I'm not drafting OG, but I do think he plays. And I'm not drafting Giddey or Kobe White, but I don't think that they are bad picks, but I do think that you can draft them.
One thing that I did intend to bring up a little bit earlier than this, because there are a bunch of front end back-to-backs, because tomorrow's slate is going to be wild with the 9-gamer there. The Knicks are on a front end back-to-back, and they're nationally televised tomorrow at Cleveland. So how that could factor into, potentially some of the Cleveland rotation stuff as big favorites this evening, and then knowing that they got the Knicks at home on national TV tomorrow. So yeah, just kind of thinking out loud through that. Chicago, scroll the F down pieces. People in the chat are asking, can we play Giddey tonight? Can we get to Kobe White as a scroll the F down? I've been guilty in the past of saying like it's way too hard to parse through the handling role minutes there. But now that Zach LaVine, I was going to say Kyle Kuzma, now that Zach LaVine is gone from there, and it's a little more, yeah, whoa is right. It's a little more condensed there. Can we get to some Giddy, some White, some Lonzo Ball in the last round? I think it's a bridge too far for like the Io and the Buzelis and the Kevin Herters of the world. But can you get to some of the handling there?
I mean, like, yeah, I think you can. I probably won't,
Okay.
but I think you absolutely can. I just think I just have too many good options right now in the sixth round to get down to those guys. But you can absolutely.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I tend to agree with you there. I think there's some other pieces in the sixth round that are currently not getting drafted every single time, and the chat is bringing up one of the names as we speak right now that I'd probably rather get to right now. Um. Okay, cool. Anything else to say, Knicks and Bulls, or can we move on?
No, I think we can move on. The Cat and Brunson just look awesome.
Yeah, I agree with you there. That's why we put Brunson on the cover yesterday, and yeah, why we both been pushing him up in these early runs here. One of the players that we're pushing him up, and it comes at the expense of, will be in this next ball game. Atlanta Hawks at home versus the Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic still without Suggs, which is their best on ball guard there, and a little bit of their handling role. But I get a kick out of Mac being listed as out on their roster here. He's tired from the dunk contest. He's not going to play tonight, guys. But yeah, Jalen Suggs is out, and outside of that, Orlando damn near full here. Obviously, still without Mo Wagner for the remainder of the year. But the Hawks, a little bit of a different story here. They're going to be without Vit tonight, and they're going to be without Larry Nance Jr. there. And then the probable tag that we've been dealing with basically all year long for Trey, that he's played through every single time with that right Achilles tendonitis here. So yeah, basically only Franz and Paulo getting drafted. Franz goes first out of that grouping. Good flip the board candidates there if you want to just get overweight on the Paulo stuff. Pace up spot for the Magic, obviously crazy pace down for Atlanta here. Trey's ADP is kind of the only one getting drafted, other than maybe some Dyson Daniels in the sixth round there. I think I saw one Oneka Kongwu go, but not a great spot for him this evening. Yeah, just macro thoughts here and targets you like or dislike.
Yeah, I'm like confused here.
Okay.
Trey Young's pick'ems are kind of crazy. They come down slightly, but 26.5 points and 39.5 PRA for Trey Young. Just well above his season averages, and what I deem to be not a good spot. So I'm like, why is Trey Young all of a sudden expected to go nuts here in this Orlando Magic spot? It kind of perplexed me a little bit. So I've been kind of leaning into that and thinking like, maybe there's something that I'm missing here. So I'm doing some Trey Young in drafts, thinking like maybe there's a ceiling here that is not really being identified by a lot of people. I do have a little bit of Dyson Daniels, and we'll get to Onyeka a little bit, but yeah, just found that to be interesting for the Hawks.
Yeah, no, I'm doing a little bro science on the side here now. Like the removal of Vit in terms of like handling, like it can't matter that much. I mean, it like matters ever so slightly, but can't. I mean, maybe the lack of Suggs being there from guard side. Let's look. These teams played on February 10th, so 10 days ago, 2 games ago for Atlanta. Atlanta had they started Mo Gay that night and Risha Shea. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, dude. They're only like a 110-ish implied team total. Normally their games are like way higher than this. I would expect this exact same starting lineup tonight. I would expect, Clint to be splitting the minutes at the 5. I'd expect Levert to have a off the bench handling role. but he was available in this game. How many minutes did he play in this game? He played
I think 30.
32. Yeah, so he played 32, had 18 real life basketball points. Trey led the team with 19. So there's to your point. He only put up 19 in 36 minutes the last time these guys played, and he played the entirety of the fourth quarter in a competitive game. Huh. Interesting.
Something, yeah, I know. I don't quite understand it. So, yeah, but that's what we're dealing with. So,
Huh. Yeah.
yeah,
And I mean,
I
like,
think it makes him a pretty good draft piece.
okay, so let's have the Trey conversation in terms of where you would rank him amongst that upper echelon then. So you have him over Melo because you don't think Melo's going to play. What about like Franz versus Trey?
Yeah, I think Trey over Franz right now.
Okay.
But I do love Franz. I do love Franz.
All right. Interesting stuff here. He's kind of just like fair at ADP, and he's kind of just like a guy that I'm not like jumping up and down. Like the Brunson one stands out to both of us, and we're like, yeah, like I think this spot's better for Franz and Paulo than it is for Trey.
Yeah, I'm kind. Yeah. Like I love the Magic, the two Magic pieces today. Love Franz and Paulo today.
Okay.
Love them.
Interesting.
And it's certainly it's messing me up.
Yeah, that is yeah, inspired because of the All-Star game narrative. Get woke up pissed off there. Hey, this is actually an interesting point from Justin. The crazy thing is Trey can hit his higher on the PRA and still be relevant tonight because of the turnover to stock ratio. Yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah, he did have like,
from like
didn't he have 10 turnovers or something the other day?
He
Maybe
had
it was
8 and 9
9
in back-to-back games.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Wow, my generation's Cade Cunningham.
Nice. It's interesting, yeah. Guys in the chat saying, like Mike saying that he grabbed that and then paired it with the Levert higher. That seems like a sharp way to do that. Emwald saying that he smashed the Trey lower. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's moved down. So it's 26 and a half, 39 and a half. It was like 40, 41 and a half, and 27 and a half, respectively. But now it's down.
Yeah, I'm gonna run that stuff as soon as the unabated projections come out in an hour and a half or whatever, almost 2 hours here. I'm gonna run all that stuff through their prop sims and see what it looks like. I'm gonna mess around with that because maybe I'll report back in the Discord here because that's very interesting to me. It's very interesting that Trey would be quote unquote popping or meeting value in this spot compared to like other spots in recent weeks. Okay. All right, Nez, let's talk about Bucks and Clippers here. Obviously, we discussed the two big Q tags at the top there, but Clippers on the road favorites at 2.5 here. And we just got the Norm Powell downgrade to Q tag. I don't know. Spidey senses, Windhurst going. Anything changing for you in this one?
No, not really, man. I don't know. I mean, I just think the Clippers are really good. I mean, I think that's why they're favored against the Bucks because they're better than the Bucks. Like, I'm not like really reading too much into that, but I'm willing to. I mean, it's gonna suck, but I guess I'll eat shit on that if I'm wrong. But yeah, I don't know, man. Because if Giannis sits, they're gonna be like 8-point dogs.
Yeah, this
they're not
Bobby
2-point dogs
situation.
if Giannis sits.
Right. Yeah. This Bobby Portis situation is also interesting because it thins out their rotation. I imagine there's going to be some appeal or whatnot because he got 25 games for a non-sanctioned drug that sounds like it was
a low-grade narcotic.
Yeah, it sounds like it was like of no fault of his own, and it was something he didn't realize he was taking. It wasn't like Bobby was Bobby Trees or Bobby ripping lines or something like this. He was just sounds like he got caught in the crosshairs of a drug test that he didn't understand, kind of thing. So I hope for their sake and for his sake, there's an appeal coming forward here, but I don't know how that stuff really works. We'll leave that to Shams. Milwaukee front end back to back. They play at the Wizards tomorrow. I mean, that looks like a headache for us to deal with tomorrow in terms of Q tags and getting a road rest spot um, there. Just interesting. I mean, Clippers don't play tomorrow. So just thinking out loud here, I'm kind of in the camp that they both play this evening, but that spread and Norm Powell getting the downgrade kind of has my spidey senses tingling a little bit here.
Yeah, I guess like maybe Dame ends up sitting, but just like to think about where the spread is at right now. But I am
Mhm.
playing right now that they're both in. So
Okay.
we'll see. I could be in for some pain, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait a little bit to do my last 75 or so to maybe hopefully get some more information on this one.
Okay. The designations here on the injury report on the Clippers side, Norm Powell is a left knee soreness. He participated in the 3-point contest there. Giannis was at the All-Star game but did not participate. Left calf, which is what the listing's been. Andre Jackson has a questionable tag who was in the dunk contest with a right wrist sprain. He certainly didn't sprain it by throwing his the ball down against the rim there, because that was a not an overly inspiring performance by anyone other than Mac. And then Dame has a right hamstring after playing in the All Star game and giving a ringing endorsement of the All Star game after. I don't know if you saw that, Nez, when they were handing the trophy, as everyone else in the world shit all over it, and Draymond's on TV calling it a 0 out of 10 and stuff like that. Dame was like, "No, this is good. It was more competitive than usual. It was like blah blah blah." So yeah.
Wouldn't know. Wouldn't know. Had no interest in watching.
We were just sick with it at the cabin where we put the baby down and we just made bets against each other and had a draft for all the players in the field there. Going back and forth between that and Daytona was a fun exercise.
You
um,
guys have fun.
Nez, got to ask you, dude, outside of the two obvious there, like any Kyle Kuzma in your life at the back end of drafts? Do you like Zubac at price tag at the back end? Do you like Kawhi Leonard this evening, who saw an uptick to 33 minutes?
Yeah, like Zoobs and Kawhi quite a bit.
Yeah, me
You
too.
know, I guess it is sort of important to note. Last game out, Ben Simmons closed over Zoobs, but I like Zoobs here, so I'm gonna take Zoobs late. Kawhi late is great too.
Yeah, I really like Kawhi late this on this slate. I like it more than the Kuzma late. But yeah. The
Were
other
you
one
gonna
I
say
bring
something?
up, yeah, the Splash Mountain, kind of like if they always close with Splash Mountain, so matching size with Splash Mountain being like a bull case for Zubac closing this evening instead of Ben Simmons closing at the 5 like we saw last game.
Do I think it's gonna happen again? Was that the?
Well, I'm just like throwing it out there. Like the matchup feels like it'd be better for him to be closing tonight than Simmons after you said the Simmons
No, I
thing.
agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Yep. I
Okay.
agree. I think with Giannis on the court, if Giannis is on the court, you probably want the size.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's go here. Nuggets and Hornets. We're still waiting on that Hornets injury report, though. It feels directionally accurate when you get a PJ Washington Q tag update while you're staring at the Hornets for some reason. um, you didn't think that was good, Nez? Oh, that was pretty good.
He
This
still
is
has his Hornets
He's
jersey
still
on in
got
his
his
headshot.
Hornets jersey in the thumbnail. Yeah. um, Nuggets home favorites 16.5 here. They're gonna have Russell Westbrook back this evening, so we haven't seen that in a while. Could impact like the Christian Brown rotation. Be interested to see if they go back to the Aaron Gordon in the starting lineup and Westbrook coming off the bench, because Nuggets were playing some good ball. I think they were like 9-1 in their last 10 or something like that leading up into the break. Like they were playing some good ball without Russ, and there was we talked about it a lot that like eventually the pendulum was going to switch and they were going to go back to that Aaron Gordon starting unit and Russ off the bench. And it kind of naturally happened with the injury. But yeah, Russ is going to be back today. Jamal has a probable tag, which I think is noteworthy. Expecting MPJ back this evening as well there. And the Hornets still haven't filed after that, whatever benchmark it was. Peyton Watson not there this evening was the other one I wanted to mention. So outside of Joker at number one, what are you doing with this game, dude?
This game is just so gross. So gross. 16 and a half spread against the Hornets that are, I mean, the last time that they played a shorthanded Hornets, they kept it a little close, but yeah, new Mike. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but yeah, no, it's just Joker and Jamal for me.
Okay.
MPJ was more of like when they were super shorthanded. So now that they're, full strength and shitty spot as far as like, just competitive game, don't really love it.
Okay.
But yeah, obviously Joker 101.
All right. Sounds good to me. I'll ask you the tough question here, the impossible question. How do you rank Jamal amongst like that Siakam, Donovan, Tyrese, Vooch tier?
I kind of at ADP.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not fading Jamal.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not like in love with him.
Okay. Any Spidey sense shit with the probable tags, like their status is not in yet. So like there's Jamal, Gordon, and MPJ that all have the probable tag, and obviously Peyton Watson already out there. Anything like, yo, man, if one of these guys P's turns into a Q because they come back with LaMelo Q tag, or they come back with Mark Williams out tag when they submit, that we can get to Christian Braun in the last round or in the full court press. Can we be getting ahead of that right now by taking some Aaron Gordon? Anything like this?
I mean, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
I'd rather just wait.
Okay.
Like, I have no lean on any of that stuff.
Okay. Scared money don't make money though, Nez. I will remind you.
Do you have an answer to that question? Who are you getting out ahead of? They do this all the time. They're the king of the probable tags, and then you get 5 updates that say they all play.
That's so true. That's so true. I just think it would be a potential, the spread comes down to 12.5 or 13.5, and they rest 2 out of 3 of them. It would be a classic Denver scenario if you get like a LaMelo out tag right away.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm not treating it like that. Instead, I'm just treating it like a disgusting spot.
Okay. Sounds good to me. We kind of talked through the Hornets side already when we talked through the Melo stuff. Nez has Melo around pick 18-ish right now. Doesn't think he goes this evening, and everybody's pushing up Miles Bridges because of it after a nice game last night, and he seemingly always plays. Okay, on to the next one. We got 2 more here, Nez. The Wemby-less Spurs still have a 238.5 total in this game. Suns are only 2.5 point road favorites against the Spurs without Wemby here. Brandon McNair dropping in to give us the alpha. That why isn't Durant going 101 here? He's playing in his college gym. That narrative, coupled with off the All-Star game, coupled with he's got a new Netflix show out there that he is the star of, the focal point of. He needs the limelight this evening of the 101. How you treating this one, Nez? Because without Wemby, basically no one from San Antonio is getting drafted. I do think it's interesting to note that the Spurs are also without Charles Bassey. So, I mean, they could be without any size whatsoever. Like, we could expect a very small lineup this evening from them, like Vassell, Fox, CP3, and then Barnes and Sohan. Maybe Castle draws in. Like, I mean, I don't like Nick Richards, but fucking Nick Richards might be able to cook that shit.
No,
Uh,
no.
yeah, and then I mean, Suns are at full, man. Suns are at full here. They got Beal back. They got Grayson Allen. They got Bull. What are we gonna do with him now that can you send him back to the bench after he's been cooking? It's a really interesting rotation to parse through for both sides this evening and how this game could play.
Yeah, did you guys know that this game is being played in Austin, Texas? Did you guys know this?
That's
Have you guys seen this in the chat? Don't know if anybody's noticed this yet. Yeah. They're in Austin, Texas. He's at his college gym.
Yeah.
No, this game in general though is a super fun spot, and I've got Fox really high in my ranks right now, just trying to get as much of him as possible. Thinking this game is going to be run and gun, pretty fucking fun, and a lot of KD, a lot of Devin Booker. He had a Q tag for some reason. He's not
KD
questionable.
Did?
No, Devin Booker.
Or Booker. Oh yeah, Booker had a Q tag last night for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah,
wasn't questionable. Thank you. We'll take it. I mean, I was gobbling him up. So a lot of Booker, and I'm doing I'm mixing in Vassal and Sohan both like pretty regularly. Okay. These guys are gonna play like 32 minutes minimum.
Okay.
And I those are your favorite. Think about Castle too.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know. Did you agree with that starting lineup I laid out for you, where they start Sohan at the 5?
No, yeah. Sohan's gonna start at the 5.
Okay.
I feel confident in that.
Okay. In which case, I think Castle's on the bench then. So I mean, but he's still in position to find his way to like 31, 33 minutes, something like that too. Yeah, this one seems good. Third highest total on the slate. Tight spread there. Suns side, can you get to anything outside of KD and Book?
Not that I can think of. If they start Bull again, then yeah, you can do Bull in the 6th round.
Well, we're not going to have that information. We're not going to get starting lineups for this one till late, so might be like late swap kind of thing. But do you think you could draft Bull in the 6th round right now, or in a full court press?
Full court press, yeah. 6th round, I think it's just like super thin.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I got excited about Bull, and then the projections and Pick Ems smacked me in the face and told me to shut up. I said, just chill out. I said, okay, I'm sorry.
Late night hammer, last game on the slate here. Lakers going to Portland this evening. Still have not submitted an injury report. Lakers are 3-point favorites on the road in Portland. They're a 227.5 there. Whoa. We just saw the Suns jump by 2 points there. Let me see which make sure I don't have the North Dakota book on here.
That's the North Dakota book, brother.
I changed it last time. Why does it always change back?
I don't know. You have to like triple check it. You can't do too many at one time.
The North Dakota book's getting to me, boys. Oh shoot. Easy called it. Yeah, almost called it, buddy. Almost called it. Oh, that's funny. Okay, Nez. Yeah, this Lakers one. We talked about the situation with anticipating Q tags. Oh, there we go. We just got the injury report from the Hornets there. We got LaMelo Ball out, Mark Williams out. Miles Bridges is officially pick 20. What for you?
Like 25. It's still just like a disgusting ass game.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I still think they're gonna get shit on.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Justin's got me. I got to turn them both off. I always only turn the one off. Okay. This is always the best line. The North Dakota book is gaming the systems by always being the best line by like offering it
free advertisement.
Yeah, just damn North Dakota book. Well, the thing is, I was very cognizant of the first time we shared the interface to make sure I buried the redacted ones. I buried the redacted ones. So, yeah, we have to. I'm not displaying it. This is Underdog Daily, buddy. I'm burying the redacted ones.
Zoom out your screen so you just see the colors. So you just you got to show them the reputable stuff, man. You got to let people know what the good lines say.
Good is relative. All right, Nez, let's break this one down. We talked about the Lakers Q tags there. We talked about the situation or potential Q tags, sorry. And we talked about the situation that could arise later in the day here and push Reeves up in the same capacity in which we're going to see Miles Bridges pushed up now. The projection models are going to have him way higher than 20, whatever. They're going to have him higher than that. I do think, I do think Nurk could be part of the player pool in the 6th round. Now there, I will just say that about that. And then the Portland side, dude, no one's getting drafted, man. Just Klingon's getting drafted right now in the last round, and it's kind of rare that he gets drafted. People are looking at the box score from last time out, and they're looking at the fact that they're going to be without DeAndre Ayton this evening, and Time Lord is questionable. Alongside that questionable tag, we got Q's on Scoot Henderson and Jeremy Grant. So yeah, thoughts on this one, because basically no one's getting drafted from the Portland side, and then if you want to run back some Lakers talk for me.
Yeah, I think this Klingon stuff, like I need to see Mark Williams out before I take Klingon here. Just doesn't seem like it's worth it. If the risk just doesn't seem worth it if Robert Williams is playing. You really need, I think, like the maximum scenario to be able to draft Klingon. And I love Klingon. I say that as a Klingon supporter. If we get no Grant and no Scoot, man, these Blazers are going in every single one of my drafts after that. So,
okay,
but we're not going to know. Probably not going to know early enough. But like a condensed Blazers team is a fun Blazers team, and it's one that I want to get to. So that would make Simons, Avdia very much draftable for me.
I think we can get ahead of I think Avdia is fine right now anyways. So I think we could get ahead of Avdia and Simons in the last round, because I think the 6th round, man, now that Bridges is going to be out of it, now that Jaylen Brown's going to be out of it, now that Kawhi is going to push up with the Norm Powell Q tag, it's going to look thinner and thinner in the 6th round right now. And I do really think that you could start mixing in some Blazers right now.
Yeah. I would just hate to get like Scoot Henderson active, Jeremy Grant active, Robert Williams active. Like that would kind of suck. That would kind of suck, man.
Yeah. It's interesting because we're not going to get this news, right? It's the late night hammer. It's 10 p.m. Eastern time. Like Blazers kind of hang on to their injury report. Maybe they do something when Lakers submit in tandem with Lakers submitting. But outside of that, man, like I think we'd be really hard pressed to have news on this game.
Yeah, you're probably right. I just don't think they're good picks if everybody's playing. So you do have to have a lean on that. I got to think about that some more. But that's my take right now. Is like I'm just like too scared to take them right now.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Lakers stuff, you're playing it as if at least one of them plays this evening, and you're taking them at ADP right now, them being Luka and LeBron. Any love for anyone else?
No.
Okay.
No. Luka, LeBron, and Reeves seldomly, but I don't want Reeves. I don't think if both those guys are playing, I think you can find better picks.
Okay, cool. I'm going to give this a refresh here, Nez, on the ADP stuff now that we got the out tags on Melo. The people laugh, and they say in the chat here that I didn't give an Alfred Payton shout out there for the handling rule. We did see one ceiling game with all those dimes from Alfred Payton this year with the Pels, dude. People forget.
Is that this year?
But yeah, it was this year. It was like early this year.
Wow.
There was one last year too when he signed a 10-day. I swear there was one last year as well.
I thought it was. I remember the one last year. That's what I remember.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe it is last year. Ned. So I think some obvious risers right now. Bridges is going to push up here. Reeves will be a contingent push up with with if we get any Q tags. Anyone else that we could talk about now as scroll the F downs here that you want to kind of get in the 6th round right now?
I think Miles Turner, considering that he's behind guys like Christian Brown and Onyeka and Q tag, Norm Powell and Klingon. Yeah, I think Miles Turner is a good pick.
Okay, sounds good. Anyone else you want to bring up here? There's obviously the Garland stuff and the Allen stuff. Kawhi, I like this evening. Any love for anyone else down here?
No, honestly, I mean, well, Simons is down here. So Simons and you might have to just type in Spurs. I don't know where they're at, but yeah, for Sohan and Vassell, I like those guys.
Okay, cool. Yeah, your player pool is going to be quite condensed if you're kind of like omitting this this tier here, you know?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm basically omitting Klingon. Powell is like if I want to swap, definitely no Brown, maybe some Onyeka, but like,
Okay.
It's by design, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the Oneka one's really interesting. Yeah, there we go. Versus the Pacers this year, 21 dimes. I'm not crazy.
Wow.
I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. South Dakota Books, brother. Yeah, we're getting this respect Oneka. Like with Clint back there, I mean, it's hard. I guess Larry Nance not being there is better, but he was playing a lot of 4 alongside them. Yeah, I don't know. I like Oneka, but it just feels hard to get to, especially in a tough matchup against good rim defending bigs.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Miles Bridges just bumped to rank 4 on ETR.
They do that whenever they're in the middle of like updating it. Yeah, give them a second. Give them a second, guys. I know you guys are all very, very antsy to get your answers to the test, but just give them a second.
Nez, let's hop in here and see what this starts to look like. Thursday night hoops.
Right. Let's get it.
It appears someone got their sniper rifle out because I thought I did 20 before the show, not 18, and might have to be checking the emails here.
Let's see if I got hit.
Fred VanVleet.
No.
As a game day decision tomorrow.
Yeah, the Rockets are going to be healthy again, so they might not. It's hard to tell what's going to happen with their dance ADPs, but them being fully healthy is definitely good for them. They have not been well the last 3 weeks. Fully healthy Rockets are going to look great.
It's kind of interesting. Like, obviously, we saw a really nice uptick in like Almond and his play and stuff like that. But it is interesting that it's pretty evident they missed the handling. As much as we make fun of Fred VanVleet and you know his contributions as a fantasy contributor, they have really missed him in my estimation because
if you watch him play with
like Jalen Green just doesn't have the same dynamic when he has the ball in his hand, in my estimation. You know, like he just seems like one-dimensional pure scorer.
If you watch them play, their offense, their half-court offense is like terrible without Fred VanVleet. It's terrible. Yeah. They do need a true point guard because it's very bad. It's very bad without one.
Yeah, and I think in 2 years' time, they hope that Reed Shepherd can be that role and that fill in, but like they're nowhere near it yet.
Not yet. Maybe someday.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do the 4Nations pick 'em. There's one in the lobby for people. We'll do that in a minute here. We'll do a couple drafts and then we'll talk. I'll talk a little 4Nations. Why not? I did offer a little take at the jump there. I'm excited for it. I'm excited.
Yeah, we got to get something because I got nothing unless you tell me what to play.
Yeah, I mean, like the boring answer is going to be because it's going to be a tightly contested game that like the lowers and stuff are going to look Good. Nez, we kind of got gifted a Tatum and Embiid team if we want it here. Have you been taking Brunson over either of them?
No, no. Well, sometimes over Embiid, but Tatum Embiid is a great start. You get a little correlation there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that happens when people do the LeBron early or they treat Luca like he's in kind of thing. So Schmo playing
Hmm.
Luca as in at 5, Cappy doing some scrolling for the LeBron. The non-Badgers love LeBron. Blake, I promise we'll
I
do
mean,
Zamboni soon.
yeah,
It's on
the
the
projection
docket.
bros love LeBron.
Yeah, it's true, man. Oh, this guy's getting funky with it. Michael Porter Jr. in the second round. So we will see.
Ooh,
We will see.
that's strike 1 and 2 right there.
Yeah.
This
Yeah, this
thing
was
is not looking good.
Clipper Nation kind of reiterating what we were talking about there. I'm in agreement with you. Like the creation by Jalen Green just looks low key disastrous, and the fact that Almond can't shoot when he has a lead handling role is tough too.
Yeah, Green is just like a shooter. He's not really like. I mean, like he does have some like impressive takes to the hole, but it's not necessarily his game. Like he doesn't have a ton of gravity. It's a lot of ISO ball for Green. You need way more pick and roll, which like Fred VanVleet runs the pick and roll.
Right. Yeah. And like when their offense was good last year, they ran so much through that high side screen and roll stuff. Neds, we're on the corner here. Dame Lillard comes back to us if we want it. Evan Mobley, you said you would take if he falls, but we could push up John Morant. We could do Booker. Who do you like?
Kind of like Dame here, but if you're worried about him not playing,
I'm good with it. We'll put him in the
yeah,
first priority to
I like
swap
Dame
there.
here.
Yeah, and then who do you like next?
Booker.
All right, let's do it. We'll take Booker
Yeah.
there, and then yeah, I think Miles Bridges, from a ranking standpoint or a projection standpoint, is probably going to fall in this range, right? If he goes higher than this, I
Hmm.
will not be taking him.
Yeah, like I would still probably take Hallie over him, but I could see it. I could see him getting to this point.
Yeah, I think this lobby might be gone. Shame on you, Cappy, 1990.
He's out of here. You're
You're
gone.
out of here, buddy. Sniper,
Easy's.
gotcha.
I said easy. Numi's putting the cattle air gun right to the forehead right now. No country for old men style.
Just in case this thing happens to live, I'm going to queue up some players here, and then I'm going to push the plane, and we are going to find a better viewing product for the people.
Thank you, John. Shame on Cappy.
Shame on Cappy.
He's out of here.
He's gone.
Don't tolerate that shit.
Yeah. It's probably Michael Porter Jr. brother.
That's funny.
Gotta flip the board. Sniper rifle clocks. That's good. That is good. See ya, buddy. All right. Here we go. Bunch of Badgers, but not your usual suspects in here. Definitely see Ben Roethlisberger a lot, but a lot of badges and not as familiar names here, but badged up individuals. So say what up if you are in the chat here. Obviously, NBA TST, we see a decent amount.
Yeah. Shout out Ben Roethlisberger. Number 7.
Number 7.
Such a great name.
Ben Roethlisberger?
It's hilarious. It's the funniest thing ever to make your Underdog username Ben Roethlisberger. I know he's a viewer, so I mean, like shout out to him. But just so funny.
Nez, I think we're gonna have the most interesting decision on the board in my estimation, which is good. Why we started a new one here, because I think 3, man, you can go any which way you want. You can see that ADP has now adjusted to putting Giannis over Tatum. When we started the show, Tatum was in front of Giannis, but I do think, man, you can kind of like choose your own adventure at 3. If you think Luka's playing, I think it's fine. If you think both Luka and Giannis sit. I think you could do Embiid. Yeah, what do you like, dude?
Giannis.
Okay, so we're treating Giannis as in here at 2.5 spread for the Clippers side there, and the Norm Powell Q tag. Not scaring my boy Nez from Giannis today.
No, I would not. I would not. I would not be scared of Giannis. You're gonna need him if he's playing. If he's playing, you're gonna want him. You're gonna want those Giannis teams against those Jokic teams and those Luka teams. Like there's
Yep.
just a lot of good players, man. I would highly recommend not fading Giannis, but it's just yeah.
We got our first pitches of spring training baseball here, my friend. Vidal Brujan strikes out
Who's
against
playing?
Yamamoto. It's a
Oh,
preview.
Yamamoto's.
Yeah, we're a little off sync right now. It's a preview of the Japan series game in the Cubs and the Dodgers.
Okay.
Nez, we get Durant at 10, which feels fine in his home gym, as the people are talking about. But if you would push up Trey Young or Franz or anything like that, I'd hear you out.
No, I like KD.
Sounds good to me. Some monster box scores in those most recent games, one of which Devin Booker happened to miss, but playing 41 minutes, 42 minutes seems really encouraging there.
And
yeah, Michael Bush,
do
the
you
only
know where he's
regular
playing
play.
tonight? Oh yeah.
I have been informed. Let's make this pick, and then I'm going to fire you a question, Nez.
Okay.
Fox getting pushed up there. This is where I've been pushing Paulo up to. I like the Paulo matchup. He was a monster the last time they played Atlanta. Both of the guys were, but yeah. What do you like?
Let's do Paulo.
Let's do it. I think it's better than pairing the teammates too with the Lillard one, because I think the nut outcome for Giannis would be Lillard sits, Giannis plays, right?
Yeah, that would be helpful for him. Yeah, man, it's so weird that the Magic are just like not good with right now with Paulo. Hopefully that changes, but they've not been good with Paulo. It's really interesting.
Yeah, the splits, their win-loss records with and without Paulo, but a lot of that coincides with they've lost players throughout as well, primarily Suggs as the most notable, like handling
For sure.
/ on-ball guard. So yeah. All right, Mobley, Siakam, Devin Booker all go there. We have this Hallie versus Jamal versus Donovan Mitchell debate,
Yeah.
or we could pull up Bridges, whichever you prefer.
If you want to scroll to Bridges, you can. Otherwise, I'd probably say Hallie.
All right, let's do Hallie. Never Hallie unless Nez condones it on the show. Nez did not learn his lesson by Hallie costing him a dog bowl seat, because the very next slate he comes right back to Hallie. He goes, "Yes, Hallie, come on down, buddy."
Yep, 100%. Got to do it.
This is going to be probably one of the most common pairings, like Jamal and Kristaps being paired with Joker, because it just lines up perfectly. And I think people envision a tier break. I think this is an interesting debate here between Reeves, Vooch, and Bridges. I would take Bridges over this grouping, but I'd hear you out.
Okay. No, let's go Bridges. I do think Vooch is a good pick, but with the Bridges stuff right now, I think you want to get out ahead of that, because I think he's going to go earlier than this pretty soon.
Okay, cool. For you true sickos, the good people at Unabated, they've added spring training to the odds screen. That's epic. It's under other sports until opening day, and then they'll be under the MLB tab. Nez, I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Chris is in the chat. He says, "Is the dance the same concept as best ball football? try and condense to a couple teams if you can. Question mark. I know you ran a members only stream with us and then a members only stream with Davis. So just kind of like your elevator pitch on drafting in the dance.
You definitely don't want to condense two teams on one lineup. You want to at least have 5 players that you can field in an NBA Finals, and after that, you really want to just try to get points throughout the rounds that can hopefully end up with your NBA Finals matchup. You do not want to treat it like the gauntlet where you want like a Nicole Hardman and Kadarius Toney types. You do not want that. You will not win with that.
Sounds good to me. I think that was well put. Dyson Daniels or Devin Vassell?
Let's go Vassell, man. Let's scroll.
All right, let's do it. Let's scroll. Interested to see what that team's going to look like without Wemby this evening. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be really small, so be interesting to see if that game can play to that total and that spread. Brandon McNair.
I think it's gonna, man. Like,
chat.
Who?
Brandon cracks me up in the chat. Like, just some of the stuff he's been saying today just really made me
Who
laugh.
is
He's a beauty. This is good. Paid saying that he is on the Cubs run line. He's never felt more sick in his life. Oh, geez, man.
You guys are disgusting.
Oh. All right, Nez. Let's head into the pick'em lobbies here and see if we can cook anything up for the people. Obviously, evergreen reminder: unabated projections are not up yet, so we will be using the market-based projections in doing so, which is an imperfect science at times. You really want to be benefiting from their projections and catching those the movement in projection in the lobbies as quickly as you can at the 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time window there. But yeah, we can have some leans today, I'm sure, in terms of our own personal pick'em lobby thoughts. So I'll ask you if there's anything you've played yet. Is there anything you're interested in? Yeah.
What I already did do was the Trae Young stuff, and hit Trae Young lowers yesterday when I saw those projections, and just like thought that they were no bueno. So I tried to take advantage of that. Paired that with a Franz Wagner higher 36.5 PRA, got a little CLV on that, and a Jaren Jackson Jr. higher 30.5 PRA. Did that yesterday as well. Whenever I was just fighting the rotations and just wanting to believe that Jaren Jackson Jr. can exceed this PRA.
Okay. I mean, that seems like a fun little playing the stars, talking through. It couples well with what we were talking about through the ADP lens there. Start that off there. Little 6Xer. That's a fun one. Nez, I am looking at the unabated stuff on the side here. Pretty high market-based edge showing for Derek White 3-pointers. Drew Holiday hires on the points. Peyton Pritchard lowers. Showing a little bit of a Jared Allen
multiplier on that Derek White, right? There has to be.
Yeah, we'll go check it out. Just interesting.
No, there's not.
Yeah. I mean, 3-pointers are very volatile. That and like stocks and stuff are extremely volatile. But
so I think, So what did it? So go back to unabated real quick. Yeah, because I think it was looking at first half.
It's reading it as first half. That's why.
Yeah, I got tricked.
It's not playable. Yeah.
Yeah, I got tricked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else jumping out to you, NBA wise?
I think the
Desmond Baines.
I think KD, like the KD and Booker stuff. I like the hires on. I like that game a lot.
Okay. We can take a look at that. I'm getting Tatum boards in the chat here. Getting the alpha from David saying that Bane and JJJ could go off tonight. They're both Indiana boys. There's some good alpha.
Ooh,
Yeah, not bad. I appreciate you,
nice.
Viper. Um, yeah, we could maybe. I guess like some of the obvious spots to get ahead of are like the Lakers stuff. Like if we play Lakers as out, yeah, they're not even going to give us Lakers stuff right now.
No,
You could get ahead of some of the Q tags being out, like a Denny Avdia thing or Klingon thing. Like this Klingon 21 and a half right here, like that doesn't warrant where he's getting drafted in our drafts right now.
not at all.
Yeah.
Even though he does, he can rack up blocks, but it's still it's to be drafted every single time. Not it.
Yeah, good point. Okay, what was it that you were liking? It looks like the KD stuff and Booker stuff is there. It is. Okay. What were you looking at? We're getting an alt on assists for KD. That's kind of interesting.
Okay.
Anthony Simons 30.5 PRA, huh? Wow, that is ooh. Brian saying that the Reeve stuff hasn't been up all day, so they're just waiting on the injury report like everybody else.
Yeah.
There's going to be some Luka discount stuff as well, guys. So keep an eye on your lobbies later if you want to take advantage of that. They're just waiting on the injury report like everybody else is. Okay, what was
I think I like PRA for KD and
okay.
points and assists for Booker. If you want to do both or choose one, that's where I'm at on these two at least.
All right, let's put them together and then let's add a third component to this. Maybe that Tatum rebound sounded interesting.
Yeah, I mean, 7.5.
Yeah, we're kind of getting docked on it too.
Yeah. Yeah. What about the Spurs? Let's check out the Spurs.
Okay, sure.
Just play the other side of that game because we think it's going to be a high paced game here. Do they have Sohan?
Nothing for Sohan.
Nah. But we do have Vassell. The points are kind of
PRA?
I kind of like the PRA, yeah.
Okay. Play another little 6x here for this one.
Yeah, I like that.
The dimes correlating with Durant a little bit. Just kind of focusing on the 2 stars on the Sun side, even though they're full. And then Vassell picking up a decent role here.
Yeah, man. I think these Spurs are pretty undervalued. Oh, okay.
Okay. Some good value from Justin there that Jared Allen, his points look better here than elsewhere. Want to slide Vassell's points up? That seems fun. All right. I like this. Okay. This is just absolutely chefing in the kitchen right now. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Klingon. He plays some ball this evening. Let me see what the double-double looks like. Klingon plays some ball this evening. Comes at the expense of everybody else. Sitting. That's the story we were telling. We're going back to the Vassal well. We're going to get a little spicy on these points. They need some scoring to keep that a competitive game environment. He's got 25 in his bag tonight. And then the Jared Allen one with the points. Revenge game narrative for Jared Allen.
Nice. Cheeky little 20x.
Cheeky little obtainable 20x with things that everybody's involved in the chat and we're thinking through here.
Too easy.
Tatum double-double without the dock on the rebounds there. That seems like a fun one.
Okay. I can get behind that.
Looking back at the unabated stuff, we're not going to get those ones. Drew Holiday as a higher on the points. That's interesting. Kind of digging the Boston side of that ball game. There you go. There's your
Yeah.
market-based projection that Justin was alluding to with Jared Allen. So Jared Allen looks like the stamp of approval one to build around a little bit right now.
It plays into the thesis that we think it's his game. Just the vibes.
The vibes, baby. Cool. I like those three that we built out there. I think I'll build out some more stuff with the Jared Allen stuff, and I'll wait about an hour here to be ready with my piss jug to get in these lobbies and cash in on some of this action, courtesy of Unabated's projections. Nez, I think the last one we got to do is the 4Nations. We have a 4Nations no sweat in the lobbies here. What's going on here?
Yes.
Yeah. So make sure you guys check out your lobbies here. Make sure you got this no sweat one, which means literally no sweat. We got ticking time bomb for some reason. Might have to give it the old on and then off again and blow the cartridge. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Max of $15. It has to be that Canada-US game and no sweat. So you just get it back if we lose. So we're going for like maximum ceiling outcome here. Nez, do you want me to just cook up a story?
Yeah, of course. Unfortunately, I have nothing here other than Connor McDust.
Connor McDust. Okay, Connor McDust is your contribution. Do you want it to be a Gino, an apple, some shots stuff? What do you think? First goal scorer?
No, McDust, dude. McDust. Not
Oh,
not
you want to be on the
McDandy.
wrong. You want to be on the wrong
McDust.
side of history on McDust. Okay.
Bro, I might just oppo whatever you do. It's sweat free. I think I'm just gonna if you're gonna play Canada here. I'm just gonna oppo it. It's sweat free.
All right. Sweat free. So Nez is gonna be on the wrong side of history tonight. I'm gonna be on the right side. I was gonna play the narrative of Connor Hellebuck stands on his head, right? He makes all these saves. The shot totals have been considerably lower than this throughout the tournament. You know, the shots have been way more tight checking, lots of block shots tonight. But I'm playing this as like Canada is just peppering Hellebuck tonight. What do you think about that, Nez?
I think I'm gonna do what Easy said. You run yourself a little Canada. I'm gonna run myself a little USA.
Okay.
For the good for the good guys.
All right. So we're going Hellebuck's getting peppered with shots. McDust buries one on him. Sid the Kid looks a little slow out there, and he's been primarily pass first in my estimation. So we're going lower on the shots for Sid the Kid there. Braden Point looks electric right now, and he's going to be playing alongside Connor. We're going to get that higher on the assist alongside Connor. So, we're getting that Braden Point, Connor McDavid goal right off the hop. They're peppering shots, but Sid is not the one shooting. Sid's pass first tonight, and we got to find out. I'm looking for a guy. I'm looking for the deepest dive ever. Dumpster diving here, Nez. Sam Bennett. He was fucking nails the first time out. He was laying body out there. Wasn't getting the ice time. They shift up the lines a little bit tonight. Sam Bennett is getting more time here. Oh, it's only max 4? Oh,
two to 4 picks max.
Oh, okay. I'm done. I've cooked.
4 picks for the 4Nations.
Okay, you know what? I'm out. I'm changing the narrative. Sid the Kid, he's going to show up. Gold medal Sid is showing up tonight. Gold medal game. We're taking Sid out. We don't want to get any lowers, any bad juju on this one. We're sticking with the thesis of Sam Bennett being nails, being the sandpaper, being the dust that we need this evening to lay the body. He deserves more ice time. 15 beans, 0 sweat, 100 X are on here. Canada peppers Hellebuyck this evening.
Would you say 50 peppers?
Peppers them. Puck's on that, buddy.
Pardon. Of course.
Yeah. This is a good one though. Like honestly, if you're doing this in like a less narrative based, less like jokey manner than I just did, the lowers just in general on like anything shot attempt based are going to be good tonight, because it's going to be like tight checking, guys getting bodies in lanes, that sort of deal. All right, Nez's turn.
All right. I like where Easy's at with the heli lower. He's definitely not allowing 3 biscuits in the net tonight. No shot. Connor McDust. Connor McDust also not putting up shots tonight. No shot. I mean, well, he might get a shot, but it's not going to be on goal. So that's okay. What matters, right? Right. The shot on goal. Shot on goal is what's important here.
Yep.
Do you know who I'm after? Lil Jizzy.
Here we go.
Higher, 3.5 shots. He's putting up shots. Lil Jizzy's getting after it today. Fourth on this here. We got a Canada. Blake wants me to do Eichel. If you want to ride with Blake, you can ride with Blake. I'm not doing for first goal. Most important. Oh shit. I forgot. It is the most important game of his life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Little Jizzy.
About that.
People forget.
Oh, I can't do McDust shots with this. Oh no, they took it. They're scared. They're so scared of the McDust. Oh my gosh. Eichel Tower.
Eichel Tower.
9x for first goal scorer. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. And then I need a Canadian here. Sam Reinhart. I respect Sam's game.
Okay.
Mark Stone.
Looks slow out there. Yeah, Mark Stone looks slow. He
does. Stone slow. 50. Not a single drop of sweat tonight. If you want to ride with
got 50? Mine was only 50.
The red, white, and blue. Ooh, buddy. You need to start giving a little more back to the people. Get you that $50 on that 0 sweat, man. There we go.
My bad for the being too good.
Get your ROI down, buddy. You can have more fun with the promos.
Nice. Dude, that's huge. No JT Miller. Yeah, JT Miller, first guy to drop the mitts tonight.
That was fun. Now I'm excited for this game. That Eichel first goal is gonna. No one in my house is gonna understand what's going on here, but we will. That'll be the scream heard across the world.
I love it. Yeah, tonight's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. One last MLB update before we go. Eddie Rosario with a 2-run homer, scoring James Outman. There you go. Eddie Rosario, a Dodger.
All right.
Put him in the queue. Queue him up. Eddie Rosario. First homer of spring. You gotta put him right behind Aaron Judge. Let's overreact.
Put him right by Mike Trout. Perfect.
That's perfect spot for him. All right, guys, enjoy the games tonight. The return of NBA, 9 games there. Definitely tune in to this 4Nations. It is going to be a lot of fun. If you guys are not members at Unabated, consider signing up there. Actually, I had a really nice DM from one of our regular members the other day that said he signed up for it because of us and really enjoying that product right now. So love to hear that sort of thing. Use promo code BADGE at sign up if that is in your future here. Both the DFS product and the props product, great additives to our daily NBA process there. Nez, any final words for the people?
No, I will see you in the lobbies. Got about 60 more of these things to draft. So
Okay. And for the record, on the back of my country, formal apology on the show. Booing the national anthem of any team's nation is Bush behavior. It is Bush League through and through. It is tragic. It is terrible. Do not reciprocate or send back the favor. Be the bigger nation this evening.
thank you, John. We were all waiting for that.
Everybody needed me to capitulate. I'm booing this apology. I love it. All right, man. Enjoy the games this evening. Best of luck to everybody in the NBA streets. We are back tomorrow. Might have a special guest, not sure yet. But we will do NBA tomorrow. It's going to be a crazy 9-game back-to-back laden slate there. Looking forward to that. And then we will hop in the big board and we will check some things out there, see what we have learned over the last week or so. So on behalf of Nez, myself, please hit that like, that subscribe, that notification bell, all that good stuff. Everything, everybody's favorite time of the show, the end. Peace.